Technique that is near and dear to my heart. Are the Jets a playoff team with Aaron Rodgers back and healthy next year?
Nah, homie.
Homie.
Nah, homie. I hate to break your heart, but Aaron Rodgers is not going to be better than he was last year or than he was his final year in Green Bay. Like, Father Time.
He wasn't anything last year.
Right, but Father Time catches up to all of us, and Achilles, while he may have the best rehab in the history, it's still going to be a diminished version of it, and they still have holes that they need to address and they need to answer. Defense is defense is statistically less consistent to return as offense, and they managed to put together 2 back-to-back seasons of really great defense. The defense being as good as it's been is a lot to ask, even though they're still going to be good. You're expecting this team that still has issues with at probably the second most important thing to have if you want to have a productive offense is offensive line. They still got those problems there. So I think we're getting ahead of ourselves if we believe that just adding this version of Aaron Rodgers puts them in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, we don't know what version of Aaron Rodgers this is, right? There's no way to know. There's no history of a 40-year-old coming back from this injury. But let me just.
I'm going to disagree. I think they are. I think they will become. And I think they do need help on offensive line-wise. But if there's one thing that Aaron can do and figure out, it's the timing of his routes to get the ball out of his hands and not take unnecessary shots. He will find a way to do that. And he's got a long time. I mean, from a rehab perspective, he'll have a long time. I know he's trying to rush it back, but they will be, with the defense they have, the running backs they have, they just got to get their line to go play.
We're talking about Kirk Cousins playing next year. Aaron Rodgers had the same injury months earlier.
Right.
So, in theory, he should be as ready to go as can be.
Absolutely.
I'm asking an offensive lineman. Can you build an offensive line in one offseason?
Yes.
Right now, they basically need 4 parts.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what Kansas City did after what they faced. Now, you're going to have to draft right, but the other part of that is the quarterback can help your offensive line look much better than they are by timing of routes, right? The way you call plays can benefit your offensive line. It doesn't have to be back there where you're holding the ball, patting the ball, and doing those things. Timing helps all offensive lines. You just got to figure that part out.
That's not how Aaron Rodgers plays, and that's not how he played in the 4 plays that he played last year.
The 4 plays. Let's not dive into the 4 plays.
He does hold the ball, but what I'm saying is he doesn't take unnecessary shots. He does a decent job.
I had a conversation with Jeff earlier about offensive line play and how difficult it is to find good offensive linemen. Now all of a sudden you can find 4 in one offseason.
You can get them on Craigslist. But I think that when you look at the Jets, being in the playoffs is not the barometer. Like, that's easy. I think they're a playoff team. They were 7-10 this year with the worst quarterback play we've seen in years. So I think Aaron Rodgers, since the year before, I think Aaron Rodgers can flip 4 games.
Absolutely.
But as it pertains to the playoffs, that's not the goal with Aaron Rodgers. It's being a Super Bowl team.